Good evening and welcome to Wilderspill. This Stones Better Championship match against Hull. Tonight's teams for Warrington: number 1 David Lyons, number 2 Des Drummond, number 3 Brian Johnson, number 4 Paul Cullen, number 5 Mark Foster, 6 John Woods, number 7 Martin Crompton, standing in for the injured Keith Holding, number 8 Kevin Tamati, 9 Carl Webb, number 10 Bob Jackson, number 11 Mark Roberts, number 12 Mike Gregory, number 13 Billy McGinty. The Warrington substitutes tonight: number 14 Rob Turner and number 15 Mark Roskell. Roberts. Very quickly run through the whole side: number 1 Fletcher, 2 Mabaki, 3 Lulawai, 4 Vass, 5 Brand, 6 Pierce, 7 Dick, 8 Tomlinson, 9 Crooks, 10 Regan, 11 Carroll, 12 Brooks, 13 Devotee, and the whole substitutes: number 14 Winley, number 15 Wilby. Bob Jackson now driving the ball in. Mark Robert, Kevin Tamati goes to acting halfback, and Hull are penalised for offside. My referee John McDonald. John Woods elects to kick for goal. John Woods with the penalty kick, which is successful. So the score after just 3 minutes of play is Warrington 2, Hull 0. Gary Pearce restarts the game. Mark Roberts gets a foot to it. Goes on to Des Drummond. Drummond. He's tackled by Carroll. Still going Des Drummond. Carl Webber acting halfback. On to Kevin Tamati. Kevin Tamati brought back into the side for Neil Harmon, who will be in the Great Britain under-21 side in France. Webb to Crompton. Crompton dummies, goes back inside. Martin Crompton to Tamati. Tamati to Gregory. Gregory manages to slip the ball away to Jackson. Jackson tackled by Kevin Dick. Jackson plays the ball to himself. John Woods has to put the ball deep. It comes off a Hull player. The bounce takes it into touch. So it'll be a scrum down, 10 yards from the Hull try line. With Warrington getting both head and ball there because the ball came off a Hull player. Martin Crompton to put the ball into the scrum. Gets it back to John Woods. Woods to Johnson. Johnson is tackled by Pearce and Fletcher. Woods to Crompton. Short ball to Gregory, to McGinty. McGinty tackled by Regan and by Dick. Gregory. Gregory tackled by Regan and Dick again. Paul Cullen goes to acting half-back. Crompton misses out McGinty to Woods. To Roberts, Mark Roberts on the break. Mark Roberts sidesteps the full-back. Goes in under the post for a great try from Mark Roberts. Martin Crompton got the ball. He missed out Billy McGinty to John Woods. Woods threw the ball out to Roberts running into the gap. He came up to the full-back Fletcher and sidestepped him with ease to score right under the post to give John Woods what should be a relatively easy conversion. Which it is, so the score after 6 minutes is Warrington 8, Hull 0. So once again it's Gary Pearce to restart. It's the ball on the ground, it goes through Kevin Tamati's legs, but it's picked up by Bob Jackson. Webb to Gregory. And Gregory tackled by Brooks and by Crooks. Webb dummies to Tamati. Tamati drops the ball, knocks on, it's picked up by Michael Brand, who's running across field, is tackled by John Woods and Billy McGinty. So for the first time in the game now, Hull have possession. Devorty to Brooks, to Regan. Crooks. Tomlinson drives it in. He's tackled by Foster and by Webb. Crooks to Dick. Carroll is tackled by Jackson and by Gregory. Crooks to Pearce. Pearce tries to dummy, but he's tackled by Crompton and Woods. Carroll to Devorty. Devorty steps back inside. Well tackled by Jackson. Fifth tackle, Crooks. And it's Regan that puts the up and under up. It goes dead without troubling the Warrington fullback, David Lyons. Woods to McGinty. McGinty. He's tackled by Carroll and by Pearce. Webb misses out Gregory to Roberts. Roberts well tackled by Carroll and by Brooks. Webb to Crompton, to Woods. Woods short ball to Tamati. Tamati tackled by Devorty and by Regan. Tamati plays the ball to Woods, to Crompton. Crompton dummies, comes back inside. So he's tackled by Devorty. Webb. Back to Lyon. Lyon steps the other way. He's tackled by Pearce and by Crooks. Fifth tackle. Back to Kevin Tamati. Kevin Tamati. The ball comes off the Hull player. To Fletcher. Fletcher fields. Appeared to field safely, but Mr. McDonald rules it was a knock-on. Will be Martin Crompton to feed the scrum. Crompton now on his own. Martin Crompton. He's tackled by Gary Devotee. Des Drummond from acting halfback. Makes 5 yards. Paul Cullen goes to acting halfback. To Gregory to Woods. Woods on his own. John Woods now with the break. John Woods steps inside the fullback. Tackled by Kevin Dick. Roberts to Webb to Crompton on his own. Martin Crompton steps back inside. He's tackled by Carroll. Woods, the chip through, taken safely by Fletcher. Tries to step back inside, but he's tackled by Foster. Vass plays the ball to Crooks. Crooks tackled by Roberts. Vass goes into acting halfback. On to Tomlinson. He's tackled by Gregory, by Tamati and by McGinty. Crooks. Dummies from acting halfback, goes on his own. He's well tackled by Carl Wen, by Mark Roberts. And fifth tackle to Hull. Goes back to Gary Pearce, left foot. And the ball goes straight into touch, so that will be a turnover to Warrington. 5 yards inside the Hull 25, so a good attacking position for Warrington now. Crompton to Webb, to Woods, to McGinty. McGinty going across, McGinty tries to break through the tackle of Pearce. Brian Johnson goes into acting halfback, to Woods, to Webb. Webb straightens up, he's tackled by Brooks. Woods to Crompton runs around, tries to get the ball to Tamati. Tamati knocks on, and Mike Gregory picks the ball up, but he's ruled to be offside by Mr. McDonald, so it'll be a penalty to Hull. So Hull with the penalty, 10 yards inside the Warrington half. Brand, he's tackled by Tamati and by Webb. There's a penalty, rules Mr. McDonald, against Kevin Tamati for not allowing Michael Brand to get up and play the ball. So Gary Pearce to attempt to put the ball into touch, which he does. So it'll be a tap to Hull, 10 yards from the Warrington try line now. Crooks to Regan drives to the line. He's tackled by Webb and by Tamati. Crooks acting halfback. Throws the ball rather wildly. It's picked up by Devotee. Kevin Dick attacked in halfback. Tomlinson. He's tackled by Roberts, by Jackson and by McGinty. Crooks. Misses out Regan to Carroll. He's tackled by Mark Roberts with the help of John Woods. Crooks to Dick. Dick to Devotee. He's tackled just a couple of yards short of the Warrington line now. Fifth tackle to Hull. Long ball to Pearce. Pearce dummies. Tries to get the ball away. Goes straight into touch. So that should be a turnover to Warrington. So Mr. McDonald rules it's a scrum down with Warrington to put the ball in. Straight out rules Mr. McDonald, so Martin Crompton to feed the scrum once again. Once again, Warrington win the ball. It looks suspiciously a knock-on by Mark Roberts there, but Mr. McDonald wave play on. Jackson now. He's tackled by Regan. Webb to Gregory. Gregory drops it. The ball goes backwards. Paul Cullen. That's the ball out to Des Drummond now. Drummond with a bit of room in which to run. Up to the 25. Drummond takes on Brand. Tries to get the ball back inside, but the ball's intercepted by John Carroll for Hull. Rather a wild pass there from Des Drummond. Crooks to Carroll. Carroll to Vass, but he's well tackled by Bob Jackson. Crooks to Devorty. Devorty, short ball to Brooks. Takes play just inside to the Warrington half now. Crooks to Dick. Dick with the ball to touch, which is good. There'll be a scrum down just inside the Warrington 25 now. So again, Martin Crompton to feed the scrum. This time Hull win the ball, and it's Hussein Mbaki who drives the ball in. Ex-Warrington player. Dick to Pearce. Pearce misses out Regan to Fletcher to Vass. Vass breaks the tackle of Cullen. This is covered by John Woods. Luluai to Devorty. Devorty to Regan. Regan, he's stopped by Jackson and by Gregory. Kevin Dick goes on his own from acting halfback, on to Tomlinson. Tomlinson tries to slip the ball away there to Devorty, but it's picked up by Bob Jackson. Mike Gregory acting halfback, goes on his own. He's tackled by Dick. Webb to Tamati. Tamati breaks one tackle. He's then tackled by Kevin Dick and by John Carroll. Carl Webb, attacked in half back to John Woods. Woods steps back inside. Woods almost making the break there. Webb to Crompton. Crompton with the chip. The ball comes through to Mark Foster, who drops it. It's picked up by Vass. Recovered by Mark Foster there, but the referee rules there was no advantage to Hull, so it'll be a scrum down with Hull to put the ball in. Martin Crompton a bit unlucky there that the bounce just didn't quite go his way from that chip through. So it's Kevin Dick to feed the scrum. There's a penalty against Carl Webb for foot up. Penalty to Hull, just one side inside their own half. Which Gary Pearce puts safely into touch just inside the Warrington 25. Crooks taps the ball, plays it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson drives up. He's tackled by Jackson and by Webb, but it's taking play to 10 yards from the Warrington try line now. Crooks. Crooks goes on his own from acting half-back. He's tackled just short of the Warrington line. Dick to Carroll. Carroll gets the ball to Regan, but Regan drops the ball and it's recovered by Mike Gregory, so Warrington have a chance to relieve some of the pressure now. Kevin Tamati. Kyle Webb goes wrapped in half-back, takes the ball up the short side through Bob Jackson, who takes play outside the Warrington 25. Good driving there from Bob Jackson. Carl Webb to Mike Gregory, to Roberts. Gregory on the run round. It's the ball back to Martin Crompton, well taken by Martin Crompton. Crompton had made the break, but Mr. McDonald rules that it was crossing. So it'll be a penalty to Hull on the Warrington 25-yard line. And Gary Pearce selects to attempt the kick at goal. So it's Gary Pearce in an attempt to reduce the deficit at the moment. Which is successful, so 20 minutes gone now, it's Warrington 8, Hull 2. And Warrington just seems to have lost the way a bit after a bright start once again. It was 8-0 up inside 6 minutes. But Hull have clawed the way back into the game somewhat now. Paul Fletcher sidesteps Paul Cullen inside. Inside goes round John Woods to Kevin Dick. Dick hands off Webb. Dick still going. Out to Brand. Well tackled there by Dave Lyon into touch, but a tremendous break there out of defence. First of all by Paul Fletcher there, sidestep Paul Cullen. Took play just outside the Hull 25, passed on to Kevin Dick. Two strong handoffs there on Carl Webb and Des Drummond. Got the ball out to Michael Brand, who was well put into touch there by David Lyon, covering. It's a scrum down then on the Warrington 25, Martin Crompton to feed the scrum. And it's a penalty for Warrington against Steve Crooks there for a loose arm. Some slack defence there from Warrington, allowing Hull to take play from their own try line right up to the Warrington 25-yard line. Webb to Tamati. He's tackled by Crooks and by Brooks. Webb to Roberts. He's tackled by Devotee. Webb to Woods. To McGinty. McGinty steps back inside, beats one man. She's tackled by Brooks. She's penalised for not letting Billy McGinty get up and play the ball. So there'll be a penalty to Warrington on the halfway line. So David Lyons puts the ball safely into touch. Bob Jackson gets the ball away in the tackle to Billy McGinty. McGinty is reeled to be tackled on the chest by John McDonald. Woods to Gregory. Gregory steps back inside. He's tackled by Tomlinson and by Carroll. Woods to Crompton. Crompton to Tamati. Tamati drops the ball. It's kicked by Paul Cullen, but kicked backwards. The ball goes into touch, so it'll be a scrum down with Hull to put the ball in. So it's Kevin Dick to feed the scrum. So as Hull win the ball from that scrum, Pearce lets go on his own. So he's tackled by John Woods. Kevin Dick on his own from acting halfback. Out to Fletcher. Fletcher goes one way, then the other. He's finally tackled by Brian Johnson. Kevin Dick to Carroll. He's tackled by Gregory and by Roberts. Drops the ball in the tackle there, so it's a knock on, scrum down with Warrington to put the ball in. So a bit of trouble erupts there at the scrum. And the referee, John McDonald, calls both hookers to him. And a penalty to Warrington. So the game just getting a little bit scrappy at the moment. So David Lyons puts the ball safely into touch just outside the Hull 25. So John Woods with the tap penalty. To Carl Webb, on to Martin Crompton, back to Woods. Woods misses out Gregory to Roberts. Roberts breaks through again. Roberts goes outside. Roberts dummies. He's just had his ankles tapped there, but he had Mike Gregory supporting inside. McGinty steps back inside. McGinty makes the break. Back inside again. Billy McGinty still going. Knocks the ball on in the tackle there, Billy McGinty. So I'm sure if Mark Roberts had passed the ball there to Mike Gregory, who was supporting him on the inside, and it could have been another try for Warrington under the post. So he elected to dummy. He was half past Paul Fletcher, the full-back, but Fletcher just managed to tap his ankles. As Kevin Dick to feed the scrum. And comes away with the ball. Devorty. He's tackled by Tamati and by Michael Gregory. Mike Gregory appointed club captain just last week. Crooks at in halfback to Carroll. Carroll, he's well tackled by Kevin Tamati. Crooks back to Pierce. Pierce steps back inside. Puts the ball into the Warrington half, straight to David Lyon, who fields it well. Lyon steps back inside. It's tackled by Devorty. Plays it to himself. Was tackled from behind by Gary Devorty, and Devorty was rightly ruled to be offside by the referee, Mr. McDonald. It's going to be a penalty to Warrington. And once again, John Woods elects to kick for goal. So John Woods. It hits the post and the ball goes in off the post, so John Woods is successful with his third kick of the evening. And we've played 28 minutes and the score is Warrington 10, Hull 2. So Gary Pearce to restart the game once again. Puts the ball deep and puts the ball right, kicks it right dead from the kickoff there, so it'll be a dropout by Warrington, back to Hull. The Warrington cover not fully alert to the situation there. It'll be David Lyon to restart the game with a dropout from under his home post. So the ball straight to his opposite number, Paul Fletcher. Fletcher sidesteps inside. Roberts takes place just outside the Warrington 25. So once again it's Hull back on the attack. Crooks to Tomlinson. Tomlinson. He's tackled by Webb and Jackson. Crooks to Dick. Dick to Regan. To Carroll. Carroll, he's tackled by Tamati and by Gregory. Crooks to Dick. Dick goes back inside. Plays it to Luluai. Luluai's tackled by Roberts with the help of Mike Gregory. Crooks to Dick. Dick dummies one way. Back inside to Devorty. Devorty takes place at the Warrington 25. It's the fifth tackle to Hull now. Crooks to Luluai. Luluai. Luluai still going. He's tackled by Kevin Tamati. So with a turnover to Warrington. Through Mark Roberts. Plays the ball to Carl Webb. Webb to Jackson now. Jackson drives the ball just outside the Warrington 25. He's tackled by Regan. Webb to Gregory. Gregory tackled by Brooks and by Tomlinson. Webb to Woods to McGinty. McGinty gets the ball away to Cullen, but Cullen drops the ball. It's almost picked up by Luluai, but once again no advantage to Hull. It's a scrum down with Kevin Dick to feed the scrum. Once again, Hull win the ball. To Pearce, to Lulawai. Lulawai inside to Vass, to Pearce coming back on the run around. And Vass went to pick the ball up, but it was in an offside position, so it'll be a penalty to Warrington. And David Lyons, once again, puts the ball safely into touch. It'll be a tap to Warrington, just inside the Hull half of the field. Crompton to Woods, misses out McGinty to Roberts. Roberts. And the touch judge from the far side comes on. He's seen an offence against, I think, John Carroll. Indeed, Mr. McDonald goes across to speak to Carroll. So it'll be a penalty to Warrington. 10 yards inside the Hull half of the field. John Woods indicates that he's going to attempt the kick at goal again. It's John Woods with the penalty attempt. Just goes straight between the posts, so with just about 7 minutes to half time, it's another successful penalty kick by John Woods. So the score now is Warrington 12, Hull 2. Once again, Gary Pearce restarts. And puts the ball straight into touch, so it'll be another penalty to Warrington on the halfway line. Woods takes the tap onto Tamati. Tamati takes play inside the Hull half. Woods gets the ball to Jackson. Jackson tried to get the short ball to Roberts. Roberts couldn't hold it. It comes back to Fletcher. Fletcher now on the counter-attack. Gets the ball away to Brand. Brand. Woods. He's tackled into touch by Bob Jackson, covering very well there. So it'll be a scrum down on just about the halfway line with Martin Crompton to feed the scrum again. Paul Fletcher certainly looking dangerous every time the ball is kicked through to him. And it's a penalty against Martin Crompton for feeding. Gary Pearce puts the ball safely into touch. Crooks to Tomlinson. Tomlinson. He's tackled by Webb. Crooks to Dick. Dick to Carroll. Carroll, short ball to Devoted. Devoted loses the ball. Was in the Warrington in goal. Paul Cullen tries to run the ball clear of his own try line, which he does. Doing very well there, Paul Cullen. Goes to Martin Crompton. Crompton. He makes 5 yards before being tackled by James Lulawai. Johnson, dummies. Johnson on his own now. Johnson goes round Vass. Johnson still going. Takes play to the Warrington 25. Some good clearing play from the Warrington backs there. Carl Webb. He's tackled by Brooks. Plays the ball to Kevin Tamati. Tamati to Brian Johnson. Johnson with the kick downfield. Taken safely by Paul Fletcher. Fletcher sidesteps back inside Jackson. Goes round Gregory. He's tackled by Gregory and by Mark Foster. Vass goes on his own from acting half-back. He's tackled by Webb and by Gregory. Crooks to Dick to Carroll, he's tackled by McGinty. Crooks to Tomlinson, driving up to the halfway line. He's tackled by Mark Roberts and by Martin Crompton. Crooks to Dick. Kevin Dick charged down by Billy McGinty, but straight back into the hands of Kevin Dick. So it should be 6 more tackles to Hull, which it is. Comes to Gary Pearce. Gary Pearce takes play up. He's tackled by Kevin Tamati. Crooks on his own from acting halfback. He's tackled by Kevin Tamati once again with the help of Bob Jackson. Devorty to Pearce. Pearce, left foot to touch. One bounce and safely into touch. So it'll be a scrum down just outside the Warrington 25. Martin Crompton will feed the ball in the scrum. So Martin Crompton comes away from the scrum with the ball. He's tackled by Gary Devorty. Des Drummond goes into acting halfback. Des Drummond on his own from acting halfback. Comes across field. He's tackled by the Hull props, Tomlinson, Regan. And he's ruled to have lost the ball in the tackle, so it'll be a scrum down, says Mr. McDonald. With Hull to put the ball into the scrum. Kevin Dick goes blindside to Pearce. Pearce out to Brand. Brand now. Once again tackled into touch. There's 3 times he's taken the ball down that left wing, Michael Brand. 3 times he's been tackled into touch. This time it was Billy McGinty doing the covering tackle. There'll be a scrum down 10 yards from the Warrington try line with Martin Crompton to feed the scrum once more. Comes up safely with the ball. Billy McGinty goes to acting halfback. He tries to go on his own from acting halfback though, but without any real conviction. Carl Webb, he goes on his own, makes 5 yards. Des Drummond moves into acting halfback. Dummies and goes on his own. Knocks off John Carroll and takes play to just outside the Warrington 25 now. Webb to Gregory. And really the Warrington players are lying far too flat at the moment. They're not giving themselves any chance to run onto the ball at all. John Woods tapped in halfback. Back to David Lyons. Lyons puts the ball downfield. It's taken once again by his opposite number, Paul Fletcher. Fletcher. He's tackled by Mike Gregory and by Mark Roberts. And the touch judge comes on the far side. It's not really trying very hard to attract the attention of the referee, but eventually manages to get on. I think we shall see a penalty against... We shall see a penalty against Mark Roberts here. Which indeed we do, for not allowing the Hull player to get up and play the ball. Got a penalty to Hull once again, from just inside their own half, from which Gary Pearce has elected to kick for goal. There's just 1 minute to go to half time now. As Gary Pearce, he certainly gives it a good belt, and it's just to the right of the post. It certainly had the distance. was just to the right of the post, so it'll be a drop kick to restart the game from the Warrington 25-yard line. Be John Woods to restart the game. It's tempted catch by Terry Regan there, but he knocks the ball on, so it'll be a scrum down 10 yards inside the whole half of the field with Martin Crompton to feed the scrum. And Crompton comes up with the ball, but once again he's tackled by Gary Devorty. Plays the ball to Drummond, Drummond to Jackson, Jackson to Woods, Woods steps back inside, goes back across field. He's tackled by Devorty and by Kevin Dick. Webb to Tamati, Tamati dummies. She's tackled by Steve Crooks and by Alan Tomlinson. I think Warrington are really going to have to start getting more depth into the line. The whole defence moving up very quickly, but Warrington not really giving themselves much chance to get the ball moving because their attacking line is so flat at the moment. Woods to Crompton. Crompton misses out Roberts to Drummond. Drummond drops the ball, knocks it on. It's the Warrington players seem to be taking the ball standing still at the moment. They're not running onto the ball and giving themselves much chance. So Kevin Dick to feed the scrum. As we enter time added on for this first half, Dick to Pearce, Pearce to Luluai, Luluai to Fletcher, Fletcher joining the attack, hands off John Woods, gets the ball away to Gary Pearce. Pearce is tackled by Brian Johnson, David Lyon, and there goes the hoot of half time. Warrington leading comfortably 12-2, but without really stamping any authority on the game. They took an early lead through a try by Mark Roberts after 6 minutes, but have struggled to get the game going really since then. They've had to rely on 2 further penalties by John Woods to stretch the lead, and I think if they are going to make any impressions in this second half, they're really going to have to get their attacking line standing far deeper so that they can run onto the ball and really give themselves a chance to make some impressions in this Hull defence. The half-time score, Warrington 12, Hull 2. So here we are for the start of the second half again. It's Hull have kicked off to Warrington, through to Kevin Tamati. Bob Jackson driving away, slips the ball to Carl Webb. Carl Webb breaks out to one tackle. So he's tackled by David Brooks. Mike Gregory goes on his own from Acton halfback. Dave Lyons with the kick, puts it across field. Comes through to Hussein Mbaki. Runs straight into a welcoming committee of Billy McGinty and Mark Roberts. Crooks to Tomlinson. Tomlinson, he's well tackled by Mike Gregory, Bob Jackson and Kevin Tamati. Steve Crooks at Acton halfback again. Through to Terry Regan. Regan, he's tackled by Gregory and Tamati. Once again, Crooks at Acton halfback. To John Carroll. Carroll going for the gap. Carroll breaks through one tackle. Tries to slip the ball away. Knocks on in the tackle, and Bob Jackson appears to be down with a serious injury. Mr. McDonald stops the clock straight away. It would appear to be his right knee. And they're calling for a stretcher for Bob Jackson, so indeed it does look a bad injury. So that will be a blow to Warrington and to Bob Jackson, who was left out of the side at the weekend on the game against Swinton. Has been recalled to the side through Gary Sanderson's involvement in the Great Britain Under-21 International in France on Sunday. And the Warrington substitute will be Mark Roskell. So sad sights here at Warrington as Bob Jackson is taken off on a stretcher. Mark Roskell comes on. He immediately goes to hooker. Mark Roberts moves up to prop forward. Billy McGinty goes into the second row. Carl Webb drops right back to loose forward. So Crompton to Cullen. Cullen, he's tackled by Luluai. Mark Roskell straight away goes into acting halfback. Tamati to McGinty. McGinty dummies, couldn't quite slip the ball away to Brian Johnson there. Roskell. Tamati drives the ball up. Gets the ball away to Mark Foster now. Foster with some space in which to run. Foster steps back inside. So he's tackled by Tomlinson and by Carroll. Roskell goes into acting halfback to John Woods. Woods with the kick for touch. It's covered by Paul Fletcher. He's played back inside field, goes across field, runs around Mark Roskell, steps back inside, but is tackled by Billy McGinty and John Woods. Brand, tackled by Roberts. Crooks, onto Regan. Regan running hard. Slips the ball away to Devorty, backing up. Devorty gets the ball away to Crooks. Crooks into Vass. Vass is eventually tackled by Mike Gregory. Dick to Pearce. Pearce dummies. Tries to go on his own. It's tackled by Mark Roberts and Martin Crompton. Crooks to Tomlinson. Tomlinson tries to slip the ball away. It's there for Des Drummond to pick up now then. Drummond. So he's well tackled by Michael Brand. David Lyons on his own from acting halfback. So he's tackled by Crooks and Brand. Roskell. Crompton. Tamati drops the ball and it's picked up by Alan Tomlinson. Almost interception there by Martin Crompton. Luluai slips and is tackled by Carl Webb. Dick. Carroll, he's tackled by Billy McGinty. Crooks to Tomlinson. He's tackled by Mike Gregory and Carl Webb. Crooks, Dick to Pearce, long ball to Luluai. He's tackled by Martin Crompton. I think the difference at the moment is the depth that Hull have in their back line when they're in possession of the ball. They have a depth that Warrington don't seem to be able to find at the moment. Crooks to Pearce. Pearce with the up and under, goes high up, very far forward. It's taken by Martin Crompton, and Crompton makes a break now. Martin Crompton down the right touchline, just a full back to me, goes back inside. Finally tackled by David Brooks, but it's well taken out by Martin Crompton, and tremendous break. Gregory to Woods. Woods misses out McGinty to Webb. Webb short ball to Cullen. Cullen drops the ball, kicks it back to Webb, but there's a knock on, says Mr. McDonald. It's a tremendous break there from Martin Crompton. So it'll be a scrum down with Kevin Dick to feed the ball. Taken by Dick to Pearce. Pearce, long ball to Luluai. Luluai sidesteps Cullen now to Brand. Brand down this touchline again, kicks, and it goes into touch on the first bounce. And I'm not sure that the Hull forwards will be very pleased with him. That's 2 or 3 times now that Michael Brand has had the ball in the first tackle from the scrum. This occasion he kicked the ball into the scrum. At least 3 other occasions he's been tackled into touch. So once again the Hull forwards have to pack down. Crompton to feed. Ball comes straight out. Crompton comes away with the ball. Dummies. Had Des Drummond on his outside there. Woods to Gregory. Gregory runs at Kevin Dick. Just tackled by Steve Crooks. Webb. Roskell switching play to Woods. Woods to Tamati. Tamati now steps inside. Kevin Tamati gets the ball away to Des Drummond. Drummond tries to get away from Brand. He's just held by Michael Brand. Woods to Gregory. Gregory to Webb. Webb comes back inside. He's tackled by David Brooks and by Terry Regan. Webb plays the ball to Mark Roskell. Roskell back to Woods. Woods dummies a kick. Misses out Mark Roberts. Drummond again with a chance to run. Once again he's well patrolled by Michael Brand there. Roskell to Crompton. Crompton with the kick for touch. It's taken safely by Paul Fletcher. Fletcher gets the ball away to Hussein Mbaki. Mbaki runs at Paul Cullen and is driven back with the help of Brian Johnson. Mbaki plays it to himself. He's tackled again by Cullen. Crooks to Devorty. Crooks to Dick. Dick to Carroll. Carroll steps inside. It's tackled by Mark Roberts and Mike Gregory. 5th tackle, says referee John McDonald. Crooks to Kevin Dick. Dick short ball. It's good tackle by Brian Johnson there. On Gary Devorty. So it's a turnover to Warrington now. Woods. McGinty to Crompton. Crompton loses the ball and it's picked up by Brooks. But I think once again there the fact that the Warrington line was lying so flat, they're not running onto the ball at all. So once again, Hull back in possession. Hull had the lion's share of the ball in this second half so far. Kevin Dick to John Carroll. Carroll, he's tackled by Roskell, by Roberts and by Tamati. Crooks to Pearce. Pearce to Devorty. Devorty tries to sidestep John Woods, but he's tackled safely. Crooks dummies at acting halfback. Just tackled by Brian Johnson and John Woods. Once again, 5th tackle to Hull. There's a drop goal attempt from Devorty. It's going to be taken by Des Drummond now. Des Drummond. Des Drummond comes up to Michael Brand once again. Once again he's tackled by Michael Brand. He's patrolled Des Drummond very well this evening. Mark Roskell to Billy McGinty. McGinty makes a break now, gets it away to Roberts. As McGinty is fell now, Roberts stopped, tries to get the ball away to Carl Webb. The ball is knocked on. Roberts had no one in front of him. He didn't commit anyone whatsoever then, Mark Roberts. Tried to get the ball away to Carl Webb. I think referee John McDonald is explaining to Warrington that they can't have the penalty because he allowed the advantage there when Billy McGinty was fouled after he passed the ball to Mark Roberts. So it's Kevin Dick to feed the ball and comes away with it. So let off there for Hull really. Carroll to Luluai. Luluai comes in field looking for work. It's tackled by Mike Gregory and by Billy McGinty. Crooks to Regan. Regan charging up to the halfway line and beyond. Just knocks the ball on. As he's tackled by Carl Webb and John Woods. Crompton to feed the scrum, but the ball comes out from the whole side. Devotee to Pearce. Pearce has Mbarki coming round. Mbarki takes the ball. He's tackled by John Woods and Billy McGinty. This time it's ruled a penalty against John Woods. It'll be Gary Pearce to attempt to put the ball into touch. Slices it, but it goes safely in, so it'll be a tap to Hull. 10 yards inside the Warrington half. So Steve Crooks to tap the ball. To Regan. Regan drives the ball up. He's tackled by Tamilton and by Roskell. Crooks. Tomlinson. Tomlinson is tackled by Tamilton and Gregory. Crooks switches the ball to Pearce. Pearce well tackled by Carl Webb. Crooks to Devotee. Devotee steps back inside. He's tackled by Roskell and by Webb. Warrington currently with two hookers playing in their forwards. Crooks to Carroll. Carroll slips the ball away to David Brooks, who just couldn't quite hold on to that pass by John Carroll. It's fielded safely by David Lyon. Mike Gregory on his own from acting halfback takes play up to the 25-yard line. Roskell to Webb. Webb steps back inside, but is tackled by Alan Tomlinson. Roskell on his own. It's tackled by Brooks and Regan. Webb back to David Lyon. Lyon has his kick charge down. Goes into the hands of Stuart Vass, who knocks on. So I presume Stuart Vass was onside there. If the referee has not penalised him, he's given the scrum for a knock on. So he only had to hold on to that ball-ended Stuart Vass, and it would have been a try to Hull, and Hull would have been right back in the game. That's a let-off for Warrington there as David Lyon's kick was charged down. So there's a scrum down with Martin Crompton to feed the scrum. Crompton comes up with the ball, but Kevin Dick is penalised for being offside at the scrum. So there'll be a penalty to Warrington, and she'll be very grateful to relieve some of the pressure here. It's a good clearing kick from David Lyon. Takes play to just inside the Warrington half. Roskell to Tamilton. Tamilton takes play to just up to the halfway line. Roskell to McGinty. McGinty. It's just inside the Hull half. Roskell to Gregory. Gregory fumbles. I don't think Carl Webb was quite expecting that pass then. He certainly didn't run up there as though the ball should have been coming to him. So it's Hull that have possession. Devotee. It's tackled by Mark Roberts. Crooks to Regan. Regan, he's tackled by Gregory and by Webb. Crooks to Carroll. Carroll, short ball to Luluai. Luluai can't quite gather, and it's Mark Roskell who falls on the ball. So Warrington are back in possession once again. Carl Webb. He's tackled by Carroll and by Pearce. Crompton to Woods to Gregory. Once again though, the Warrington players taking the ball standing still, with no depth to the line at all. John Woods on his own from acting halfback to Billy McGinty. McGinty on his own, makes the break, gets the ball away to Webb, but Webb is soon tackled by Vass and by Brooks. Webb plays the ball to Roskell. Roskell to Woods. Woods dummies. Woods makes the half break. Can't quite slip the ball. His fifth tackle to Warrington now. Roskell to Crompton. Crompton with the chip. So there's going to be a penalty to Warrington for tripping there as Martin Crompton went past David Brooks. Indeed, Mr. McDonald calls David Brooks over to him. And the penalty indeed goes to Warrington. So David Lyons to put the ball to touch. He does safely, so puts the ball just inside the Hull 25. The first time Warrington have ventured into this territory in this second half. Roskell to Foster. Foster driving the ball in. He's tackled by Crooks and Carroll. Mark Roskell goes to acting halfback. To Kevin Tamity on the drive. Tamity. He's tackled by John Carroll. Roskell to McGinty. McGinty dragged McGinty on his own, going for the line. He's tackled just short of the line there by 3 Hull defenders. Mark Roskell again in an acting halfback. To Gregory, dummies to Gregory, tries to get the ball to Roberts. It comes off a Hull player. So that should be 6 more tackles to Warrington, which it is. Gregory on his own from acting halfback. Roskell to Woods. Woods dummies, goes back the other way. John Woods on his own. He's tackled about 5 yards short of the Hull try line. So Warrington applying the pressure here. Crompton tries to go back inside but slips. I think Warrington have really got to try and get the ball away from acting halfback. Roskell tries to chip through, but it's stopped there by Terry Regan, who falls on the ball. So really a good opportunity wasted there by Warrington. It's 1 or 2 boos coming from behind the railway end there, behind the post at the railway end, as James Lulwai is tackled by Mike Gregory and Mark Roskell. Crooks to Terry Regan. Regan inside to John Carroll. 5th tackle to Hull. The ball goes back to Gary Pearce. He gets his kick away safely into touch. So it'll be a scrum down. Warrington to put the ball in. A very good clearing kick there from Gary Pearce, who was under some pressure there on the 5th tackle. So Martin Crompton feeds the scrum, comes up with the ball. Well, Kevin Dickey stood behind Martin Crompton on this side, but before Martin had actually picked the ball up, Foster on the run around with John Woods, ducks under that tackle, gets the ball away to Brian Johnson, who couldn't hold on to it, and it's Stuart Vass who comes away with the ball before being tackled by Paul Cullen. Lulwai. And I think there's far too many errors in Warrington's handling at the moment when they're in possession of the ball, so they're not really giving themselves much chance. Regan, he gets the pass away. It's taken by Stuart Vass, who takes play up to the halfway line. Fletcher, dummies, gets the ball away to Dick. Dick comes inside. Cries of obstruction there from the crowd. It's waved away by John McDonald. Crooks goes blindside, puts the kick into touch, which is successful. I think Warrington are really putting themselves under pressure with mistakes when they're actually in possession of the ball. So Martin Crompton feeds the ball, comes straight out. Crompton puts the ball in and comes away with it. Runs across field before being tackled by Gary Pearce. John Woods goes to acting halfback. To Mark Foster, who's come away from his left wing. Foster, he's tackled by David Brooks. Johnson to Gregory. Gregory, he's tackled by John Carroll. Plays the ball to Carl Webb, but there's absolutely no one there waiting to get that pass from Carl Webb. Managed to get the ball away to Mark Roskell, who's got it to John Woods. Woods now just couldn't quite slip the ball to David Lyon. Roskell to Cullen. to McGinty. Again, I think the Warrington line is far too flat here at the moment. Martin Crompton with the kick to touch on the 5th tackle, which is successful. It takes play to the halfway line. So it'll be Kevin Dick to put the ball into the scrum. So Dick gets the ball to Pearce, to Vast. Vast goes back inside. It's tackled by John Woods, just inside the Warrington half now. Crooks to Kevin Dick. Dick dummies, goes back inside, gets the ball back to Crooks. He goes 10 yards inside the Warrington half now. Dick to Carroll. Carroll dummies, tries to go on his own. Quite slipped the ball away there. Steve Crooks to Kevin Dick. Dick to Tomlinson. Tomlinson drives the ball up. Tries to get it back to Kevin Dick. It's picked up by Paul Fletcher now. Fletcher. He's tackled by Mark Roberts. Crooks to Devorty. Devorty. Devorty with the chip. Devorty now. It's a chase now between Foster, Devorty and Lyons. And Foster gets there first, kicks the ball dead. Good covering there by Mark Foster. So it'll be a drop kick under the post for Warrington now. Once again, Hull will be back in possession. So it's David Lyon. Puts the ball deep to Hussein Mbaki. Mbaki now. 10 yards from the Warrington 25. Hull once again in possession. Crooks to John Carroll. Carroll takes play almost to the Warrington 25. Crooks. Tomlinson. Tomlinson drives the ball up to just inside the Warrington 25 now. Can Hull make anything of this attacking situation? Tomlinson plays the ball to himself, drives on another 5 yards before being brought down by Carl Webb and Mike Gregory. Crooks to Dick. Misses out to Carroll, to Pearce. Pearce dummies. Pearce gets the ball to Devorty. And it's Mark Roskell who drops on the ball there for Warrington. So Mark Roberts goes on his own from acting halfback. Takes play to the 25-yard line now. Crompton to Woods, to Gregory, to Cullen. Cullen to Drummond. Out to that passing move, and then there's 3 of the Warrington players who took the ball standing still. So they're not really giving themselves any chance to get a deep line and give the 2 wingers, who are perhaps 2 of the quickest wingers in the game, a good running opportunity. Roskell back to Lyon. Lyon with the clearing kick. Goes to Paul Fletcher. Fletcher takes it safely. Gets the ball away to Michael Brand now. Brand comes back inside. Before being tackled by David Lyon and Carl Webb. So Hull back in possession and once again in the Warrington half. Regan. Tackled by Tamati and Roberts. Crooks to Dick. Dick to Carroll. Carroll back to Dick. Back inside to Devorty. Devorty almost breaks the tackle there of Billy McGinty. Plays the ball to Steve Crooks. Crooks up the blind side. Dummies and comes back the other way. Regan. Regan drives play to just inside the Warrington 25 now. Plays it to himself, tries to slip the ball back, and Mark Roskell accepts it gratefully to John Woods, to Mike Gregory now. Gregory straightens up and he's tackled by Gary Pearce and by John Carroll. Martin Crompton on his own from acting halfback now. Martin Crompton into space. Crompton well tackled there by Paul Fletcher, but a tremendous break there from Martin Crompton. Now then, Warrington on the attack. Roberts, hands off Pearce. Roberts still going. Roberts trying to get the ball away. Roberts plays the ball to Roskell. Roskell to Tamati. Tamati inside to McGinty, and McGinty with the break now. He's got Mark Roskell inside, gives the ball to Roskell with Drummond inside. Oh, and it's intercepted by Hussein Mbaki. And he saved a certain 6 points there for Warrington. I think it was more bad luck than anything else there on the part of Mark Roskell. He did everything right. He tried to draw the cover, set the ball, and Hussein Mbaki just nipped in to knock the ball down. Well, Warrington win the ball from the scrum to David Lyons now. Lyons steps inside, slips. He's tackled by Gary Devorty. 10 yards from the whole try line. Woods to Gregory. Gregory driving for the line. He's tackled by Paul Fletcher. Gregory plays the ball to himself. Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory scores. He's initially tackled by Paul Fletcher. Fletcher was injured in that tackle, couldn't get up to mark Mike Gregory, played the ball to himself, drove for the line and managed to get the ball down there. So it's the try to the Warrington captain, Mike Gregory. With just over 10 minutes to go now, plus some injury time for the injury to Bob Jackson. So John Woods with the conversion attempt, which is successful. So the score now is Warrington 18, Hull 2, and that's John Woods with 5 successful kicks tonight. And Hull have made a substitution, or in fact are making 2 substitutions. Tim Wilby having come on for Terry Regan, and Phil Winley coming on for Paul Fletcher, who was injured there in tackling Mike Gregory. Tim Wilby, of course, who was down at Warrington earlier on in the season. So Gary Pearce restarts the game to Kevin Tamati. Tamati drives the ball up to the Warrington 25. He's tackled by both Hull substitutes. Webb, again tackled by the Hull substitutes. Roskell, Woods, dummies, gets the ball away to Gregory. Gregory makes the tackle, comes back inside, still going Mike Gregory. He's tackled by David Brooks and Tim Wilby. Roskell to Woods, Woods to McGinty. McGinty short ball to Tamati. Ruled forward by referee John McDonald. So it's Kevin Dick to feed the scrum. The feed is exactly what he does, says Mr. McDonald, so it'll be a penalty to Warrington. So it's David Lyon, puts the ball safely into touch, 10 yards inside the Hull half of the field. Roskell taps the ball to Tamati. Tamati. It's tackled by Steve Crooks and John Carroll. Roskell to Gregory. Gregory stops to Crompton. Woods to Roberts. Roberts still going, breaks the tackle, Wilby. Well, Roberts, he's got Cullen outside. Paul Cullen goes over for the try. Mark Roberts did everything right there. He made the break. It was a good ball from John Woods. Roberts made the break, he drew the full back, got the ball away to Paul Cullen, who was supporting, and Cullen just had to literally walk over to get the ball down. And another try to Warrington now. The conversion to come made to score Warrington 22, Hull 2. So John Woods with the conversion attempt, and that's 6 out of 6 for John Woods. Faultless display of goal kicking tonight. So with 7 minutes to go plus injury time, it's Warrington 24, Hull 2. Hull, of course, in the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup, where they will meet last year's winners, Halifax. So Gary Pearce to kick off to Mike Gregory. Gregory drives the ball up to the 25-yard line. Mark Roskell goes into acting halfback to Billy McGinty. McGinty knocks off one tackle. It's eventually tackled by Steve Crooks. Roskell to Tamati. Tamati. Tamati plays the ball to Roskell, to Crompton, Crompton to Woods. Woods long ball to Roberts again. Roberts in some space once again. Roberts onto Brian Johnson now. Brian Johnson just a full-back to beat. He's got Mark Foster outside him. And Mark Foster goes into the corner. Brilliant attacking rugby by Warrington. Once again, Mark Roberts made the initial break, got the ball away to Brian Johnson. Johnson drew the full-back, got the ball away to Foster, and Foster strolls in at the corner. The touch judge is on for an incident to, I think, Mark Roberts, who lies prostrate on the ground on the halfway line. And I think one of the Hull players is about to get 10 minutes in the sin bin. And it's the substitute Phil Winley, who's been on the field for about 3 minutes, who will go off the field and take no further part. Mark Roberts still on the ground. John Woods, 7 out of 7 to John Woods. As Warrington send on substitute Robert Turner, as the stretcher comes on once again for Mark Roberts. So for the second time in one evening, a Warrington player has to leave the field on a stretcher. So Gary Pearce restarts. Goes to Paul Cullen. Cullen. It's tackled by Michael Brand. Drummond goes on his own from acting halfback. Des Drummond. Just broke out of one tackle before being brought down by John Carroll. Roskell to Woods. Woods. The kick into the Hull 25. Luluai takes the ball before it goes dead. And it's tackled by Des Drummond. Brand to Wilby. Wilby steps inside. He's met by Kevin Tamati, knocks Tamati off. He's tackled by Foster and by Carl Webb. It would appear that Mark Foster has moved into the forwards for the injured Mark Roberts, with Rocky Turner going onto the left wing. Crooks to Carroll. Carroll gets the ball away to David Brooks, but was adjudged to be forward by referee John McDonald. And tonight's man of the match has been chosen as Billy McGinty. Crompton from the scrum, tackled by Kevin Dick. Woods to Foster. Foster tackled by Devotee and by Wilby. Roskell to Woods. Woods to McGinty. Billy McGinty steps back inside, almost making the break there before being tackled by John Carroll and by Steve Crooks. Woods. Woods on his own from Martin halfback. Back inside. John Woods. Still going, John Woods. Almost made the break there, John Woods on his own from Martin halfback. Has taken play to 10 yards from the Hull try line. Crompton. Crompton on his own. Martin Crompton. Martin Crompton for the line. Steps inside Lulai. Brilliant try there from Martin Crompton. The gap opened up in front of him. Crompton went straight through the gap. Sidestepped. Came inside James Lulai standing in at full back. And made it over the line for a brilliant individual try there. Made initially by the break by John Woods, who took play to about 10 yards from the Hull try line. The ball went out to his halfback partner Martin Crompton, and Crompton did the rest. So John Woods makes it 8 goals from 8 attempts. The score now moves on to Warrington 36, Hull 2. Just 2 minutes to go plus injury time. And it's Gary Pearce. Puts the ball down to Mark Foster, takes it well. Inside to Rocky Turner now. Rocky Turner almost making the half break though with his first touch of the ball. Foster drives the ball up. He's tackled as the ball pinched after Mr. McDonald had shouted held. Thrown away rather childishly by prop forward Alan Tomlinson. And it's further 10 yards for talking. So penalty to Warrington. Hopefully Mark Roskell with the tap to Rocky Turner. Rocky Turner. He's tackled by Crooks and by Tomlinson. Plays the ball to Roskell, onto Tamati. Tamati, he's tackled by Brooks. Roskell to Webb. Carl Webb takes play inside the Hull 25. McGinty on the switch. It's well spotted by the Hull defence. Woods steps back inside. 5th tackle to Warrington. Woods puts up the up and under. Taken safely by James Lulawai, but he's driven behind his own try line, so it'll be a drop out from under the post. Very testing up and under there from John Woods. It's very safely taken by James Lulawai. Standing in at full back for the injured Paul Fletcher. Pearce with the drop kick. Turner. He's tackled by Vass and by Mbaki. Roskell to Foster. Foster seems to be revelling in his role as an emergency second row forward. Roskell switches play to Tamati. Tamati steps inside. Tackled by Carroll and by Wilby. Roskell to Woods. Woods well taken by McGinty. McGinty goes back to Roskell. Now then, Roskell with some space in which to run. Roskell gets the ball away. Taken well by Foster. Just couldn't quite get the ball away to Martin Crompton. Woods, sorry. Kicks to Mbaki takes it safely and is tackled by Turner. Luluai. He's tackled by the two Warrington hookers, Roskell and Webb. Tomlinson. He's tackled by Tamati and by Roskell. Crooks to Devorty. He's well tackled by Mark Foster. Fifth tackle to Hull. Crooks kicks the ball to touch. Knock on against Robbie Turner. And there goes the final hooter with Warrington convincing winners here, 36-2 against Hull. The game only really picking up in the last 10 minutes of the second half when Warrington ran in 4 tries without conceding any tonight, so a workmanlike victory for Warrington rather than anything spectacular. The final score, Warrington 36, Hull 2.